Hello, Will here with Willfolio at willfolio.com, and this is our website that we're making. It's a blog, but we're also putting a store into the blog, and I've created a link to the store right here. And this is what our store looks like right now. And in our last video I showed you how to put multiple images into products for Zencart. And if we go to a product, you can see how these images look. If you didn't watch that video and you want to know if you've got multiple images that you need to put into your Zencart, I'll put a link to that video in the blog post. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put a link to the blog post in the player. Let's see how there's multiple images here, 2 of them in addition to this one. So what I want to do is show you how to put attributes, which are options for the product. In this case, it's sizes and colors. But it could also be, package sizes, pack of 2, pack of 3, or it could be like if you're selling e-juices, it could be nicotine strength and flavors. It could be, if you're selling lollipops, it could be flavors, or it could be, I don't know, just whatever options you have for the product. Like if you want to put a gift certificate in there, you could put the product price starts at $1, and you can choose to do $1. If you wanted it $5, then it adds $4 to the price. You can do that. Option values can add or take away from the price. So I want to show you how to add attributes to a multitude of products all at once. And of course that takes a spreadsheet and going through the database. Now I've looked on the web and I've never found any methods for doing this. It's really easy to do if you know how to do it. Most of the tutorials I've seen for adding product attributes are for doing it by hand through the back end of the store. Well, if I've got 4,000 products to put in and to put attributes in for, I can't do it that way. It would take me months to do that, to get that set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our database, and we're going to download 3 tables, which I've already downloaded and loaded into my spreadsheet. But I'm going to show you where these tables are. You have I'll show them to you in the order in which I download them. You have product options right here, product options values, and then you have product attributes, those 3 tables. And so we're going to come to our spreadsheet. This is what I downloaded from my drop shipper. And what I did was I wanted to bring down product IDs next to this handle, which is like an SKU, so that I can associate a product ID with each attribute, which are, the attributes are in these 2 columns, or these, these 4 columns actually. There's 2 columns right here and right here for the option name, and 2 columns for the option value. And I'll explain that in a minute. But I wanted to bring in product IDs for each line, and I'm very fortunate to have each product option and value on its own line and its own row. I might do a future video on how to bring down each value to its own row if they're all in a single cell. But in this case I don't need to do that. But I do need to, this didn't fill down properly, so I'm just going to do it a different way. I'm not going to do the autofill. What I'm going to do is highlight them all and push Control V, and it automatically transposes everything. Just in this worksheet, and so just bear with me. Excel kind of gets caught up in doing its work. I might put the video on pause once in a while so that you don't have to sit through this loading. Oh no, that did not work. Why didn't it transpose? Oh, it did. Why is it all 201? It's not right. I see it's calculating. Sometimes when Excel gets hung up, you can look down here and it gives you a status of how it's calculating all of the cells in the worksheet. So there, now they are showing the proper values. Okay, so let's begin to populate our tables. We're going to start with the option names. The option names are what you call the set of each option. In this case, it's size and color. The option values are what the sizes actually are, like large or small or medium or extra large. And then the colors, like this one is mint, pink, coral, white, lemon. These are navy multi. Now a lot of these options only give you one value, and I've debated whether I want to put that single value in the product descriptions page as an option, since they only have one choice for each of these products that only have one option. And I decided to keep it in there because it gives more information about the product. For example, this product only comes in black and it only comes in size 10, or this one only comes in white and it only comes in size medium. So I want the user to be able to know that, and so I will leave those in. So the first thing we're going to do is populate our product options table, and that will be really easy to do because there's only two options, size and color. So we'll come to the options table, and when you open up the options spreadsheet that you download from your phpMyAdmin, these are the different columns that need to be populated. So product options ID, we're just going to do a 1 and a 2. Language ID is 1. Option name, size, and color. Sort order, I want the size to come first and the color to come second. So I'm going to do a 0 and 1. You can do both zeros or whatever you want to do. Product option type. Now there are various choices for a product option type. Let's go back to our database. Go to the product options types table. Excuse me. And let's browse it. It's already populated by Zencart when you install the site. And these are the different options. You can do a drop-down menu, a text menu, a radio menu, a checkbox menu. It could be a file menu. We're not doing a file, but you could do read only. I'm just going to make it easy and have it all radio buttons, number 2, because I think that would look the best. And plus it gives the user all the information at a single glance if you do radio buttons. But if you have too many options on one product, I would suggest doing a drop-down menu. Those are the 2 most popular ones. So we're going to do 2 for both of them, and the rest of them are zeros. Product options length, I'm not sure what that means. Product options comment. Product options size. Just make these zeros. If you can figure out what these are, let me know, leave a comment. Okay, so now our options table is populated. Now let's do the values table. Let's start with the sizes. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a filter, advanced, unique values only, and we're going to highlight all of these, push Control C, come to our values table, and where it says product option value names, we're going to paste it in that one first. Now we're going to fill in the rest of them. The language ID is 1. And then we're going to start with number 1 for the product options ID value. Each product options gets its own ID. Now we're going to do the sort order. I want each product option to come in a specific order just because it looks the best. So for size numbers, it's easy, just to use the actual number, and that way if there's a size 9, that will come before 10. If there's a size 11, that will come after 10. Actually, this one is empty. Let's get rid of it. Make this a 2. Okay. Now the smallest letter size is XS, which stands for extra small. So we'll make extra small 0, small will be a 1, and medium will be a 2. Large will be a 3, extra large will be a 4, 2x will be a 5, and 3x will be a 6, and 4x will be 7. 2x will be a 5, 1x will be a 4, s will be 1, large will be 3, and just fill them in. Okay, so we have a total of 58 attributes. Now that we've done the sizes, let's do the colors. Once again, you can see it processing down here. It's at 10%. Okay. Remove the filter, and we'll come to these option values, these colors. Filter, advanced, unique records only, and it will process that. So we'll highlight all of these. We'll come to back to our values table and paste. Let's remove the blank one and fill it down. Now, the sort order for the colors, I want them all to be 0 because then they should sort alphabetically when they're all 0. So we'll make them all the colors, we'll make them 0 sort order. Okay. C4 is a color. Sure are a lot. 466 different, oh my goodness. Imagine that. I mean, the way you do it manually in the back end of the store is you manually create the options, then you manually create the values, and then you manually attribute the option values to the products by hand, one by one. Imagine having to create all of this by hand. And then you got to put it to 4,000 products. So, okay, let's save. Okay. Now comes the tricky part with the attributes. Let's start with the product IDs. Come to our downloads page. Now all of these even though the product IDs repeat, it's not really the primary key of the table, so it's okay that the product IDs repeat. It's really the attributes ID that's the primary key of the table. That's what needs to be unique. And what it's doing is it's associating an attribute or more than one attribute to each product, and that's why the product IDs happen to occur more than once, because more than one attribute is going to each product. So, oops, what we forgot to do was undo our filter. So let's do that. Let's escape this. Let's undo the filter. Let's let it process. If you just do it delicately, go slow, don't fret over it. We've already got 2 of our tables populated already, and I know it's been about 20 minutes, but if you're watching this video, it's probably going to be less because I'll be editing out certain things. So even if this whole process takes a whole hour, it's way faster than doing it by hand in the back end. Okay. Paste our product ID. Now we can create product attribute IDs. Oh boy, let's let that process. Wait all that time for nothing. What we should have done was a paste special. So paste, because it was a formula. There we go. Boy, sometimes we make stupid mistakes. Let's try that again. This is an NA. Well, it doesn't matter. There's no attribute. Let's do something different. Let's do a filter. We'll just filter this one. And we'll get rid of the blanks. Now we'll do the product ID. Once we get the product ID, the options ID, and the values IDs in, the rest of these are real easy. They're just extra information that goes in, like if a certain attribute choice makes the product weigh more or cost more or something like that. There's certain adjustments to the product information that need to be made based on an attribute choice, which there isn't, so it's all going to be just zeros. Oh shoot. Okay. This is the trickiest part of the whole thing. How many attributes do we have? Oh wow. Imagine that. $42,956 attributes that we have to make. How would you like to do that by hand in the back end? Okay. Now for the options ID. This is what we're going to do. We're going to come back to our master. And we're going to create for the options ID, or for the option name, the option name here. A column with the option ID number. That way we can just use formula to look everything up in the master. Oh, this is the master. I don't want the master. The download sheet, that's what we want. Option value, option name here. Let's get rid of the filter. No, we don't want to get rid of the filter. Darn it. We will create a new column. Okay, we'll create another column where it says option value 1. Okay. Now we'll create one more column where it says option name 2. Okay. We'll call this option 1 ID, which is the color, which actually happens to be 2. We'll fill that down and let it process. And we'll call this option value 1 ID. And what we'll do is VLOOKUP. And it's going to be a choose. And we'll come to our values worksheet. And we're going to choose this column. Move this out of the way. Column C, product option value name. We'll just do the whole column. F4 to lock it. Comma. And then the product options values ID. Now these are going to repeat over and over again as well. They're not necessarily unique, even though they're IDs. They're unique in their own table, but in the attributes table they repeat. So it's going to be close parentheses, comma 2, comma 0, close parentheses. Okay. Fill that down. Okay. Now this one we'll call option 2 ID, and it's actually a 1 and it's in the table. So we'll fill that down. Okay, and then this blank column, we'll call it option value 2 ID. And we'll do the same thing. In fact, we could probably copy and paste this here, and it would transpose it. Let's see if it did. When you look up O2, yeah, it did. So let's fill that down. Okay, so that got filled down. Sure, it goes all the way down. There's no gaps. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, now we can remove the filter. Wait a second. We still need a unique identifier. Actually, you know what? No, we don't. All we need to do is copy and paste it. We don't even need to use a formula. So let's do option 2. Let's do option 2 first, just so that the table doesn't look funny, starting with a 2 and then going to 1. Copy that to the attributes, option ID, option values ID, yeah. With that, we need to do a special paste because it's a formula. We don't want the formula to go over to the next table. So we'll copy this. And we will come here. Okay. The next thing we need to do is come down to the bottom. Oh my goodness. Leave that the way it is. Paste another set of product IDs. So now we're getting into 90,000 attributes. Just for the 4,000 products, 90,000 individual choices. And that isn't even the number of combinations they could do, but this is what we gotta put into the table. Okay, so oops, that's not what I wanted to do. And bring this down. And These are just going to be 2s. That's the option value. Now the option, that's the option ID number. Now the option values, we're going to copy and paste special into it. Oops, I took the wrong thing. What I want is the numbers. Okay. Now all we gotta do is populate the rest of the tables, which are price prefix 0. Everything is, let's see, product option sort order. Let's do a VLOOKUP. Product options sort order. Product attribute is free. You know what? I'm not going to do a VLOOKUP. I'm just going to reference that. I'm going to make that a 1 because they are free. I'm not charging extra for larger sizes or different colors or anything. It doesn't add any weight. Weight prefix. Attribute display only. No. It does. It's more than just a display. Attributes default. Oh, the default. I'll just leave it blank. No image. Price base included. And then shift, just highlight these all, make them 0s. Control V. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're going to save. And we're going to go to our Options tab. We're going to go File, Save As, Browse, CSV. Let's see here. And we're going to call it options. And then values, we'll do the same thing. And attributes. Alright. Now we will come back to our database and we'll probably have to log in again, but let's load these tables. We'll go to, let's just do attributes first. Import, choose file, skip the first row, always skip the first row. It's going to take a few seconds. Remember, it's processing like 100,000 different queries, or close to 100,000. Should be done here shortly. Okay, that was only 85,000, so that's a lot. Okay, so we'll go to product options, and we will insert that. And option values. Alright. Now let's refresh this page since we're already here. And as you can see, there's zeros here. And I can see there's duplicates of the same color. Probably because there was only one color, but there's 3 sizes. So let's go back to our tables. Come back to download. Okay, I had to think about that for a moment. So what we'll do here is we'll keep this formula. We'll put an if statement. If this equals this, we'll put an and in there. If and K2 equals K1, comma, A2 equals A1, I don't need those parentheses. I don't need this. And I don't need this. It's A1, then delete else that, and then end parentheses for the if statement. Okay. Control-V, and it's going to process. So all these things have to be deleted. What we'll do is this is option value. And in the attributes table, that's where the twos begin. And we will filter. No, I don't want to filter that. I want to filter this. Why is there an NA? There's quite a few. Oh, I think, okay, I'm just deleting these products here because it can't find it in my master, so most likely it's not even in the store. Somehow they didn't get in. Well, these aren't really products, these are just sort of leftover from products. These arms, just a few products. So it's calculating, it's at 51%, 52%. It's going kind of slow. Okay, so let's filter this again. Okay, now that formula is it still going? No. Let's paste it. Option 2 ID. Let's paste it over here. And fill it down. Oops. I don't know why it does that. Okay, I know it says all ones, but it still has to calculate, so there we go. Okay, let's try this and see what happens. We will come back to, well, what we'll do is we'll come back to our attributes sheet. And we're going to do, we have our product IDs, option IDs, B, C, and D. We want to delete those. Kind of start all over on those rows or on those columns. Okay. Let's do our product IDs first. Option IDs are 1. And an option value ID. Are these formulas? No. Okay. We'll leave those deletes there. And we'll fix those ones. They should be 2s. Starting at a certain point. Okay. Leave it like that. Now, product IDs again. And maybe this should be 2. Now what we're going to do is filter this column deselect everything, and select everything that says delete. It's going to be a lot. It's going to take a long time. I wonder if it's going to tell us the status of the process. I think I'm going to put it on pause and take a little break while it does this. It was a lot of cells, and it takes a while just to do anything. Okay, let's put it all back. And come down to the bottom. Let's do okay. Let's fix our product attribute IDs. Let's send that down. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. $56,779. Okay. Attributes. Let's just hit Control S. Let's come back to our database. Product attributes. We'll have to log in again. And what I'm going to do is empty this table and re-import the attributes table. So I think it took away around 30,000 listings. Hopefully our store will look a lot better it's running those 50 something thousand queries. It's going to take about a minute or so. Okay, 56,779. Let's refresh. Oh, it says quantity discounts available. And there's a 0 here. Gonna have to understand this template. What does that 0 mean? Let's browse this table. Let's come back to our spreadsheet once again. Options ID, options value ID, options value price, prefix, products options sort order, attribute is free, complete. That's a 0. They're all zeros. Attributes are required. That should be a 1. And what I'm going to do is leave all these empty. Just going to delete them. It's okay if you delete. It's okay if you delete the labels. Let's take a look at product options. Let's browse it. refreshing the page. Okay, the product discounts available went away. Where are these zeros coming from? These product option values. Here's a 0. Let's get rid of this because it's text. Okay, now let's refresh the page. That was probably put in there somehow. I don't know how that got in there. It might have been installed with the store or something. But yeah, and you can see how there were some problems, but we were easily able to identify what the problems were, and we were able to fix them. So deleting that one thing will delete this last problem, and we'll take a look at some other products just to make sure. Oh, that didn't work. Product options value ID has to be in the attributes. Product attributes. Browse. Product options value ID. Here, let's see if we can optimize the database. Let's refresh. Nope, that 0 is still there. Check the tables again. Product attributes we checked. Product options. That 0 seems like it's an option. There's no 0. Product option sort order. Product option type. Product option length. Product option comment. Maybe that's what it is. Yep, that's what it was. Now it's gone. So let's take a look at some other ones. Let's look at shoes. Knee-high boots. These are only $57. These are cheap. They only come in one size though. Are there more pictures? Yep. Let's go to this one. That image isn't showing up. Let's optimize the database again. Large, medium, or small. It's 41 bucks, 40 bucks. So that's how you do attributes.